collective New Year's read? I think so. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm very excited about this. I've been wanting to kind of expand a little bit more, and this is a great time to do so. So these are the universe cards, or the universe deck. They're huge, so they're really hard for my hands to like shuffle. I am gonna just kind of shuffle them down here so that I can reach, and also I'll draw them in your face though, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so universe, tell us what we need to know about 2021. Okay, interesting. I'm actually going to go ahead and get some animal spirit guides to help us with interpretation of these cards. This is going to be an interesting read. I don't think I've ever drawn the card that I just drew. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so first card's out was the Earth in reverse, which is source energy. So all of us are obviously residents of this beautiful planet. When the planet is in reverse, it's not necessarily a bad thing. What it means is that source energy is maybe not having, not balanced, or not able to make it to the surface. I kind of think about a volcano bubbling with lava and it wanting to come and, like explode out into the world like source energy, but maybe not being able to do so just yet because there's still a crust over the top, or maybe the pressure hasn't built enough. Whatever the case may be, this could just be a natural part of the process. But the fact that the Earth is in reverse just kind of tells us that something is off kilter. So it's not the end of the world. It's just literally off kilter. Something knocked it off its axis a little bit, if you know what I mean. The Fox card came out next, which is why I said this is going to be an interesting read. The Fox is actually supposed to be cunning, sexuality, and creativity. So what it says here is red foxes are associated with sexual energy and the creative life force. Some Native American legends speak of a hunter discovering that his wife has a secret fox identity. Woo! Or, Fox TV, whatever. So this source energy has been, I feel, a little bit thrown off by something sexual. So, obviously if we're talking about sex, then it's going to be, in relation to the Earth, it has to do with Earth reproductive systems, not human reproductive systems, although we are part of Earth's organism as a whole. This, I feel, is strongly letting us know. Do you see how this fox is kind of looking at the source energy there, but is cloaked? Has himself all wrapped up in a red cloak with a fan. This may be a situation where somebody is feeling sneaky, cunning, or like they got away with some type of a cloak, or were able to fan the fire or the flames of a fire that were potentially not good for the root chakra, or not good for the source energy of whoever, what person, place, or thing we're talking about. You'll have to apply it to your life the way that it's applicable. But this looks like he's very fixed. He's very wrapped. Like, I'm also noticing how the Earth could easily, it kind of looks like he's opening his cloak, like, wow, like unveiling his cloak and saying, hey, come hither. So if he could, I feel like he would just tuck the Earth right up and under that cloak like that and run away. That's the cunning of the fox. That's the beauty of cloaked sexuality, but it's also the double-edged sword of such, is that, when you're off kilter sexually in a relationship, or when the Earth has an ecosystem that does not have things like bees, birds, butterflies, insects to cross-pollinate itself, it loses its ability to create, for creation. So this is what I'm getting here, is that something or somebody was trying to use I'm hearing like Olay, Like, you know how the bullfights are like, ole. So I don't know if this person was goading or maybe trying to, sweet talk or act like they were a fan of somebody else's source energy, but that's not actually the truth. The next cards that came out were the pulsar, which is structure, also in reverse, and the birds. So this actually is a really pretty card as well. You can see she's got 2 doves on her head, actually. There's 2 moons as well. 2 feathers sticking down from, the side of her face. And she's very serious. This one's very serious. This is a very serious situation. So the structure of this bird or of this bird lady, when I say bird lady, I don't know why, but I flash on Kevin McAllister feeding those birds in the park with the lady remember at the end of the movie, and his family's about to come home and they find him in the cathedral. Well, I don't know why, but this bird lady is largely, I just got goosebumps like a mofo. Yeah, something about that being The structure of this woman's face is very interesting to me because it's almost like a cocopelli. Like she's got half of her face covered, but she's also looks really powerful and very. Birds can be terrifying. I don't know if you guys have seen like Stephen King, The Birds or anything like that, or I don't know. Just birds can, if they come at you in a group, or I've encountered a pissed off magpie before, and it's not necessarily something I ever want to do again. They will dive bomb. They will peck. They're not a very. They're very primal bird. So because we're talking about source energy here, one of the things that I'm getting from this is that whoever this bird entity represents, whether it be a person, place, thought, or thing, then I don't think that they have a lot of structure surrounding the source of their energy. They may be willy-nilly with their sexual energy. They may be not too inclined towards spirituality. The meaning of this here is that winged creatures are powerful symbols in many cultures around the globe, often representing deities of other supernatural beings. Through flight, birds symbolize liberation and link the upper, spiritual, and lower earthly worlds. The Egyptian gods originated as birds, retaining part of their original anatomy as they evolved into humans. The Egyptian soul is represented as a bird with a human head. So in Hindu cosmology, the bird represents higher levels of being. So this person may not have had a lot of structure around how to ascend through the ranks of their spirituality, is what I'm hearing. They may not have had a good source to go through. A lot of times when people are miserable in their life, it's because that's the way they were raised to look at situations, is to see the negative or focus on the things that hurt more than they focus on the things that are positive. And I mean, we're all victims of that at some time in our life. It happens to everybody. It's not even a pessimism. It just has a lot more to do with, you can't raise a man once somebody's already an adult. You can't go back and fix things from their childhood. That what's done is done. So if they had a cunning or a clever cover-up of a source energy, then they never had the ability to draw on that source energy and bring it up into what is supposed to be your structure for pulsars, or for these ideas that pulse through your head, your veins, your body of knowledge and work and whatever else may be. The red giant came out. This is inflation in the upright. So this means that because there has been a lack of source energy and structure, there's now going to be inflation of something, or something's going to become a larger issue. The tiger came out in reverse for this. So tiger represents primal power, creation, and sexuality, as well as perception. I don't know if you can see that. It says, while all the feline images denote power, tigers are particularly powerful. In China, they are considered the king of all beasts. In Hindu mythology, the tiger is associated with the goddess Kali, who represents creation, sexuality, and death. So this is actually kind of a good thing. If the tiger is coming out upside down on top of inflation, it means that there's not going to be a lot of energy put towards this inflation. The energy may have been maxed out trying to match the source energy that was not there, that we just saw. This tiger may have, I don't know why I'm getting that it was upright and took it down. Like, you know how tigers, they will chase a gazelle, and then the takedown is kind of like, I don't know, it's like one of my favorite things to watch on Animal Channel is the takedowns. And it's not because they're vicious. Animals are supposed to eat each other. They don't have any other thing to eat except for if they're herbivores or omnivores, whatever. I don't think that, you know, I'm actually not a vegetarian because I think that, you know, animals eat animals and we are mammals. So that being the case, I have been a vegetarian in my life at times, and I've also been, you know, vegan at times, but it's something that everyone has to adjust to. I personally became very anemic. I didn't have enough iron in my system, and it really caused that imbalance of source energy. So I was really struggling with being lethargic and my thyroid being really thrown off. This can be, in large part, something such as that. So there could be an amplification of this issue from the past, the lack of source structure. You know, the lack of being able to fly above the cunning energy of a fox to take the higher road. That may have been something that was literally a hold up here. And it looks like the tiger came in with primal power and really took that down. So at this point, the tiger is now at a resting state. Like all cats, tigers have binocular vision, which gives them great depth of vision and the ability to judge distances accurately. So that being said, since there was no structure, I'm sure that this tiger has actually shined a lot of light for this red giant on exactly what needs to happen, what does not need to be inflated, and what needs to be brought to light. That's what I'm getting from this. So I think that, yeah, that's probably, yeah, okay. I just picked up the deck, and this was on the bottom. It's a transition or comet. So there's not going to be a transition or a change unless these things happen. And I'm really seeing the change needing to happen on this last card here. These other cards, if we turn them upright, then we could say things like, all right, well, now the fox is cunningly controlling the earth with sex. Nah, that's not what's going on. It's literally a healing of this source energy and the earth around cloaking some type of fandom or some type of a, I don't know why I'm getting something outing itself, or emptying itself on the table for everyone to see. This is very much that. The structure and the pulsar, if it was upright with I like it. So she would be able to go ahead and use the power of these three entities and really shine a light down on what exactly does need to be structured. This bird person. But that being, the fact that this was upside down, kind of, it almost looks like something was taken or something fell out of her or something, that's why I'm getting the takedown energy of this tiger here. It's like the tiger ran through, thought like he's looking directly at that ball of light. It's like he ran through, grabbed the ball of light, and took it down. That's what I'm getting. And that now there may be some type of inflation of this. So this, structure that needs to be changed, there may be more of an urgency or more of a need, more of a drive to go and do that. The birds being messengers from the heavens and also indicative of bird brain. You could use the two of them together and kind of let yourself know, the birds can largely communicate to you when there's some type of a transition taking place, or, gossip. Bird brains will let you know when there's some type of a change going on. You could, there's eagles, there are hummingbirds, there are canaries, sparrows, and all types of, any kind of bird that you can think of is going to be a messenger of a different type, kind of like humans. So if you speak Spanish and I speak French, then God can still talk to both of us in our respective languages. So similarly, if you're into art and I'm into math, then God can talk to us in our respective languages. And that's largely, I feel, what that kind of inflation could help with, is maybe help amplify whatever it is that the bird is trying to communicate as a heavenly messenger. I'm using the word heaven today. Yeah, you can hear I don't like that word. I just think heaven has more to do with each person's happiness is defined differently. So one man's trash is another man's treasure. You can't say that one person, place, or thing is elite or above or somehow better than another. So I think that the equality between all the birds, being all of them are messengers, but they all maybe speak different languages or have a different song, that's very much the message that I'm getting from the bird today, is that they have their own message. The tiger has his own message, and so does the fox. So they all have equally and significantly valuable, valid opinions about what's going on, or energies to, contribute to what's going on. But I do think that there is a proclivity that I'm seeing towards increase. So sometimes for things to increase, you've got to dump out the cup first. Maybe you had old flat Coke in there, that was just sitting on the table for like hours, and now it's just disgusting. It's just sweet water. In order for you to fill that cup with water, you've got to dump out the flat Coke. It's just a thought, but that's largely the message coming from there. And I think I'm going to leave it. I think that's all for today. You guys have such a good New Year's. Be safe. They have the free taxis. Use them. I'm going to go get myself ready. Have a very, very wonderful rest of your holiday if you are still off work. I will definitely be catching up with some new videos of my own, hopefully sooner than later, but I have to take into account a lot of different energies that are in the works of kind of rearranging themselves. So for the time being, I will get videos out when I can, but no promises. You guys are awesome. You're just awesome sauce and blossoms and whatnot. So anyway, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.